Alright, and welcome back to another Kuma style review. Today we are reviewing Takara's Transformers Prime Arms Micron number 26, Smokescreen. I don't particularly know the name of his Micron itself. It is written here in kanji, so I can't read that. I don't exactly know the name of it, so I will be referring to it as Arms Micron 26 or 26. But let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. We've got some cool art of Smokescreen, a good CGI render from the Prime show itself, as well as its car mode there, and its Arms Micron in both modes here. The top, it has the peg hook there, the Action Master or the Arms Micron logo, some more kanji on the top. Taking a look at the bottom, just a lot of, writing and whatnot. So, okay, we have a transformation picture right here on the box's left side. Starts in robot mode, mid-transformation car mode. And what I do like about the Takara boxes is the standard that they have for including a picture that's photoshopped onto a background, more of an action shot. So you've got him here, along with his Arms Micron, which is attached to other Arms Microns to form a bigger weapon. This side part just shows the Arms Micron in robot mode, and then its alt, which is a bird type projectile weapon. It's like a shooter, but with wings on it. And it shows where it attaches to the car, and I see my hands making some shadow there, so I apologize for that. And on the bottom, we just have a non-stickered Arms Micron Smokescreen and his Arms Micron along with the sticker sheet that it comes with. In the corner here, random stuff. It looks like a website or something like that. The writing is in kanji, so don't really understand it. But let's go ahead and start reviewing the toy itself. Alright, and looking at the car itself as well as the Arms Micron. First we'll take a look at the Arms Micron. Like I said, it starts off as a, zoom in here, a bird type weapon. You see it has the 5mm peg on the bottom, as well as the beak of it being a blaster, as well as wings here. Okay. Alright, and now taking a look at the car itself. Get it from all views. This is a redeco of the Transformers Prime, the Hasbro RID knockout mode. And it looks well. They did really good with the stickers. I'm not a huge fan of stickers in the first place, but on this one I actually enjoyed them. I was surprised though that this comes with absolutely no paint apps, besides the two crests on his face, as well as the face itself being painted gray and the two crests are red, those stripes. But this is pretty bare bones. Alright, so taking a look at it from all sides. You see the 5mm pegs, as well as the female 5mm pegs for different areas to pop on the Micron and whatnot. Okay. And the way that the instructions advertised doing it was take one of the wings on the bird here. And you see that 5mm peg, and just pegging it onto the side like so. Let's see what we got. Okay. And I mean, that looks okay. If he had two, it'd be awesome. Let me actually angle the camera up some so that we can see it from the top. Kind of weird, not really my thing, but creative enough. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Arms Microns to begin with, but they're a lot better than those flip tech weapons that the RID Power Risers come with. Those are awful. So, alright, that's a look at the car modes. So, let's take a look at the transformation so we can get this thing in robot mode. Okay, now transforming both Smokescreen and his Arms Micron here. I'll start with the Arms Micron. Simple enough. Like I said, it starts off like so. Oops, I accidentally took half of it off. The pegs on this thing are pretty tight, so that can happen. You just pop that back into place. Okay, and there we go. But anyways, we've got them here in the bird-like gun mode. We just take this, flip it down. Okay. These two legs in the front, they fold outwards, each side, and you can actually peg them into each other to give them more stability, and flip the wings down. And boom. It's not the most stable thing on the planet, so kind of is what he is. But some nice detail into the sculpt and stuff like that. No obvious homage, but he looks good. In fact, he kind of reminds me of Scourge from Transformers Season 3. He does have the little crust on his head and stuff like that, with a little laser sight, so that's pretty neat. Okay, so getting him out of the way, we'll go ahead and transform Smokescreen, which is a relatively easy transformation. I mean, you definitely don't need instructions at all, besides to look at the finish mode to make sure you got the P's and Q's right. But okay. Looking at the bottom here. Alright, we'll separate the feet and just knock those out, okay? See how those pulled apart really easily there. Alright, now these two bottom parts, they just rotate around to the back. And just rotate them so you see the spoilers in the front there. And then these feet flip out and around, like so. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Alright, we've got the feet there. Now we've got the upper body to transform. So, let's go ahead and just start getting everything separated here. The wheels. Start with this waist piece as well. And that all just kind of disassembles there. Alright, then you've got these two halves, which just kind of rotate around. You just got to figure out the sweet spot to fidget and get them, but just rotate. Okay. Oops, I just popped out one of his pegs there, and we're going to, okay, and of course I have a brain fart right here, but I'm gonna work through this because I know that the tires end up inside. So okay, there we go. And sorry about the camera glitch there. Actually just ran out of recording space. So okay, here's where we're at. We just take these parts on the inside and they flip around. So take that tire, flip it out. Take this tire, flip it out, and boom. Okay. Alright. So got to get this upper half closed down. I'm just taking the whole thing, bringing it around. Okay. So it's transformations, just like the knockout mode. Just take the arms, flip them over. If anything, this is the part that's going to get me. Okay. Kind of a long, dramatic way for an arm there, but you get it. It's just this weird way of crossing it up. It's kind of like the Viacon from the RID line that has those crazy arms that you have to go around the world basically for. But once you get it, flip it around, it's done. So, okay. Right now we have already knockout in his robot mode. Okay, let's get him stable there. And alright, now people have all kinds of variations. I prefer bringing his visors down like that, and that's how I'll be going over the robot mode and stuff, but technically you're supposed to have them up here as well. And we went over the his arms micron in robot mode and how to transform it to robot mode, as well as its weapon mode. But there's kind of a little hidden goodie to him. He can actually act as the wings or the door tips for Smokescreen to make them more show accurate. So we'll take these wings, we'll just fold them out like so, and we're going to take his legs, flip them back up. Okay, and you'll see a 5mm peg hole right here. We just take that. Ugh, it's so tight. I hate that these wings pop out so much. I wish that they were just stable. I have half a mind to just glue them, but I don't know how far that would go. But once you do that, boom, he has wings, like in the actual show itself. A lot more accurate that way. And see what I mean? The wings on mine just like to pop up. I hope mine's just a one-off case because that would stink. But okay. This is how I'm going to go ahead and display them for the rest of this video. Not exactly accurate, but I'm a lot more happy with them personally this way. Alright? But that at least gives you explanation to know. Let me go ahead and get the camera a little bit more up so you can see what's going on. Alright? So now that we've got them transformed, let's take a look at the robot mode. Alright, so robot mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the face sculpt, because that's going to be the main difference from the knockout version. And there we go. A very, very, very show accurate face. Not going to lie. Yeah, and just taking a look at him top to bottom. So got show accurate apps. One thing I don't understand is that he has stickers here, but underneath the stickers there were clear lights molded into it. So why would you put stickers over clear normal lights? They could have done that a lot better in my opinion, but you know, not my choice. But alright, my wings just popped off again. Alright, but looking at him head to toe, yeah, like I said, he's a very plain figure, but the stickers definitely work wonders on him. Okay, so popping the wings back on here. Like I said, I'm hoping mine's a one-off because I haven't read about a lot of problems like this. But taking a look at them from the back, and honestly, since this acts as the undercarriage of the car, it almost seems like it was made for this to work this way and give them these wings. It's hard to think that there was a coincidence that gives them so much more show accuracy in a position, because that undercarriage with that 5mm peg hole is actually covered up by his hands on the other side when he's in alt mode. So okay, just taking a look at his profile here. And back to the front. Alright. And the wings. Gotta love them. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna glue mine. I just personally hate that so much time during this video has been devoted to fiddling with these silly wings. But I mean, the look of them makes it so much more worth it. Oh, I was putting them on backwards. That's why they didn't go on quite easily. But yeah, when you do it, make sure, unless you switch around the wings, that the more bare inside goes in. But okay. Alright, and looking over the posability here, you get him stable. Alright, his head is on a ball joint. However, he doesn't have a lot of play. He can barely look side to side. Really can't look up and down at all, which is unfortunate. Shoulders, definitely full ball joints there. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, although a little bit hindered by the windows here. His wrists are on ball joints, so he's got some posability there. Alright, no swivel at the waist or at the lower waist. Thighs on ball joints, thigh swivel, full bend at the knee. And I do like his feet. Because of the transformation, his feet do have some playroom here in the front, as well as some turn area. And there's a lot of stability back there in the heel area. So overall, a good, decently posable figure. I like him. I actually do. Even though he is a remold of Knockout, looking at him, you don't really think that when you have him in hand. Alright, for one last look. Alright, and final thoughts on this guy. He's one of those ones that I don't say justifies the high import price. He's a good redeco, but he's still a redeco of a mold that isn't really the greatest in terms of the Prime RID knockout mode. However, he is Smokescreen, and he's such a great character from the Transformers Prime series that the fact that it's a toy of him and the fact that it is pretty accurate, for what they've done with that existing knockout mode, it does justify, in that sense, the price in terms of having that character on your shelf and things like that. However, it's not one of those toys that I'd recommend just because you're a fan of nice Transformers, because it's really not that nice. But if you're a Smokescreen fan or a Prime completionist, this is definitely one that I'd recommend picking up. Anyways, this has been TJ Duckett with another Kuma Style review, and I'll see you guys next time.